So we're going to set VAT as a constant in PHP. So let's get rid of our previous items in PHP. Now, in reality, this is not really a constant. It's called a macro. But it works as a constant would. So I'm going to show you that. It doesn't use the keyword const as we did in sort of JavaScript. We were playing around with the word const, and in this we could change it for var. It has a whole new take on how to write it. So it's actually called define, and then in brackets we need to set a string identifier. Now this is the first time we've done anything like this, so the identifier has to be a string, and then we set the value we want to set the constant after it. So I'm saying here, have a constant called VAT and set it equal to 20, but I do not need to refer to VAT as a string in my program. It's just setting it up. Like I said, it's a macro, not an actual constant, but it works the same. So if I save that and take a look at my first.php, refresh it, I get no errors, which means that it's happy with the way I've laid it out. Now I'm going to prove once again that this is working and it's not just a fluke of something. So I'm going to print out the value of VAT, and we will come to print later in the video series for PHP, but you'll just have to bear with me that this is the print statement. If I echo VAT out to the web page, it should work, and we should see 20, and there we go. Now, just to prove that we cannot just set it without the string here, I've got the same code. I've taken the quote marks off the VAT. I save and try and run that, then I get an error, and the error is saying that, well, it's printed 20 because it has assumed that VAT was in quote marks, okay, but it realized that it was an undefined constant. In other words, I hadn't set it as a constant by using the quote marks. Quite difficult to get your head round, but that is actually the way to set up a constant in PHP, and I cannot change the value of VAT because it is a constant. So if I save that, run that, I also get an error, and it tells me it's an unexpected equal sign. In other words, it didn't expect to change the value of VAT. So that is a constant in PHP.